Alright, we're going back to Yokohama 99 now. I tried doing some more side quests and it's not letting me do anything, so I don't know if it has like a day and night scale or what. My back is itching like a motherfucker. But when I scratch it like directly with my fingernails, it hurts so fucking bad.
I kind of wish you messed him up worse.
Oh.
That way, they'd never bother Koda-san again.
And I'm not flexible enough to where I can fucking dislocate my shoulders and fucking rub some shit all over my back either.
But that's where those speakers come in, isn't it?
Yeah. If everything goes
Like it itches so bad it hurts, and then when I try to scratch it, it hurts.
So we'll see what tomorrow has.
Yeah, sunburn is a motherfucker. Oh. I'm gonna take a taxi cab. Jesus Christ. Like, it's so bad that I would literally pay somebody $100 right now to, like, put some fucking aloe on my back. Just because I physically can't.
Yo. So, are you gonna come out to lunch with us or what?
Don't you have anything more to say than that, Koda? Get your ass up. Come on. Matsune's really not in the mood to deal with your shit today.
I'll just eat lunch here, okay?
Huh? You're giving us lip now? I guess you won't be needing this stuff then.
We told you to get your ass up, you little slut. Oh, maybe
It's like I have all this stuff that needs to be done outside, and I can only wait until the weather is like fucking 90 degrees and sunshine before I can do anything, because it's all like wood working related.
Hold up, Koda. You should be thanking us for even inviting you to come.
And if I wear stuff it's like, you know, that protects me against the sun, then I fucking sweat. End up having to go to the hospital to get fluids.
You guys are making me sick.
Or I just, you know, take my shirt off so I can actually feel comfortable and then get the fuck burn out of me.
Talking about us? You see anyone else being assholes? Of course he's talking about you.
Yeah, I've about had it with you punks. This shit's getting old.
The fuck? Ganging up on the same girl?
Because I can't put any fucking shit on me. I can't put anything on my back. And when you're working with saws and stuff, you're bent over like 90% of the time. So everything's just like hitting you in the back and the neck and all that.
Just ignore these losers.
How low can you go? Calling someone a whore isn't gonna win you any points.
Right? Let's hear it for the picture of purity over here.
What the hell? Hey!
She can dish it, but she can't take it. Hope the boys are watching.
What?
What the fuck, man? If you want to talk shit, say it to my face.
What part of this don't you understand?
Yeah. You know what, guys? It's true. You guys just need to leave her alone.
He's right. He's totally right. What's your problem with her anyway?
Yakuza didn't do anything wrong, guys.
Exactly. So back off Koda-san already.
Stop acting like little punks. Get the hell out of here.
Weren't you guys going to lunch? Go choke on a chopstick.
Oh, how does it feel now?
Just get going, would you?
Yeah. Toss him out.
What in the hell is going on here?
Hey, Watson. Fuck this.
Yeah. Let's just go.
Fuck it.
Wow. I've
never seen those kids band together like that.
They all knew what was going on in there now. It can be hard to speak up even when you know something happening right in front of you is wrong. Not so different from adults, right?
Yagami-san, was everything we just witnessed part of your plan?
It's just psychology. There's this concept called the bystander effect. According to the psychologists, when a person witnesses an incident, there's 3 things that run through their mind if other people are in the vicinity. 1. If no one else acts, it must not be urgent. 2. If no one else acts, I don't have to take action either. And 3, if I take action alone, I'll embarrass myself. The result? Everybody stands there and nobody takes action. I just figured if I could get even one person to step up and raise their voice, it would spur the rest of them to push past their inability to act. Penguins are the same way. You ever seen a flock of them hesitating to take a leap into the sea?
God damn it.
The first penguin.
It itches so bad that you have to like grab it and pinch it.
Bravery. I've heard it said that overseas in America, the first penguin is a symbol of respect.
So for Yagami-shi, that would mean your voice was the first penguin in that classroom.
I can't say for certain this resolved your bullying problem, but here's hoping it's at least a good first step.
They're gone.
And my sister's complaining over a little bit of sun on her legs. She just got like barely pink. I got as red as this fucking utility knife. Literally. No joke. I was out in the sun for like 9 hours straight. 8 to 9 hours. From like 8 o'clock in the morning to like... I think it was, well...
What do you say we
it was about 6 o'clock, so I had to start dinner after that. And I did that like 3 days in a row.
Plan has worked out for the better. But it should be teachers and administrators handling these matters, not detectives.
You know what? I couldn't agree more.
Then if you'll excuse me.
Come on,
Yummy.
man, lighten up a little. You didn't have to rub it in her face.
You know what she thinks? She thinks we're some bums off the street trying to meddle in academic affairs.
Well then, I apologize on her behalf. But Yagami-san, that was some magic you worked there. Hard to admit this at my age, but I learned quite a bit from what you did.
I wouldn't go that far.
Good stuff, Yagami-san.
Naturally. I knew you would deliver.
Huh?
And the controller shut off again.
Sorry, I have to take this. Hey, this is Yagami.
Yeah, I swear like 3 to 5 minutes it just shuts off.
Sure.
Oh, Sayori. Nice.
I have a rather urgent request for you. It concerns a trial we've been involved with.
Listen, sorry, son. I'm a little busy. I don't know if I can take a rush job at the moment.
We aren't even in Kamucha right now. Actually, I'm in Yokohama.
Really? That's interesting.
I'm helping Sugiura out with a case for his new agency. We're on site right now. At Serio High School. Sorry, son? You there?
Serio High? Somewhere near Yijincho? Is that the school?
Have you heard of it?
A college-age student teacher from that school went missing about 2 months ago. It was all very sudden.
Huh. I think I heard something about that, actually.
He himself was a Serio High graduate. He'd returned to his alma mater to finish his teaching credential.
Just a sec. How do you know so much about this?
The teacher's name is Hiro Mikoshiba, and his body was discovered a few days ago. They found him in one of Ijincho's abandoned buildings.
Huh?
The body was badly decomposed.
but Kanagawa police have just released his identity. Moments ago, in fact.
Moments ago? This is gonna end today?
Thing is, someone else knew Mikoshiba was dead, before the police even confirmed it. A sex offender, Akihiro Ehara. I defended him in court. The day Mikoshiba disappeared, Ehara was arrested at the station for groping. He's also an active duty officer.
So you're saying he committed the murder too?
No. The victim was still alive while Ehara was at the station in Tokyo committing sexual battery. He was caught and arrested on the spot. And he's been in jail for the 2 months since.
So if I have this right, he has an alibi for the murder?
Right. But there's more to it. A few days ago, someone lit flares at the location of Mikoshiba's body. It obviously couldn't have been Ehara, so I suspect that's the real culprit. But whoever that is somehow connected to Ehara.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no other way he could have known about the body.
Exactly. There's clearly more to Ehara than an officer turned groper. More than likely, he's an accomplice to murder.
Okay. So do we have a motive?
4 years ago, Ehara's only son hung himself in their home. He was a student at Seiryou High at the time. And the way Ehara sees it, his death was the result of bullying at the hands of his classmate, Mikoshiba.
You mean it's revenge? In that case, could he possibly have hired someone else to kill the guy in his stead?
It's highly likely. As for my request, I'd like to see what you can find out. Mikoshiba's murder is too suspicious. Up until today, I wrote Ehara off as just another train groper. But he got arrested for that on the exact day that Mikoshiba was killed. It can't be a coincidence.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better alibi than being arrested for a different crime, right? Otherwise, the cops would have pinned him as suspect number 1.
But groping as an alibi? Why go to all that trouble? There had to have been a better way than that. I'm worried. As his attorney, I have to admit there's a chance Ehara planned this, which means I've made a critical oversight. Even worse, I let a misguided court issue a verdict. I can't allow that to stand. I need to reconsider both the harassment and the murder. Because I think the truth is these cases are one and the same.
All right. Well, what can I do for you?
Can you see if anyone at Seiryou High will talk about Mikoshiba? Right now, we need more information. And the first thing we should focus on is how and why he disappeared. That could give us a lead.
So, does this mean you're hiring me?
It does. Consider it an official request, if you would.
Getting hired for a job that doesn't pay shit. Because if any of these fucking jobs through Genda's law, if any of those jobs actually paid, like, I think that, it would at least carry over, or you would notice it on, like, New Game Plus, or fucking, you know, when you can continue the game to wipe out all the side cases and stuff like that before finishing, like, the entirety of the game or something. I don't know. It just seems like you would have something. Alright. Chapter 2, Vicious Cycle.
Before I go all in, can we go over the defendant's profile? That way I'll have something to work with.
Sure. Akihiro Ehara, age 53, senior officer with Tokyo PD, convicted of sexual battery. He'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone in Tokyo. That is, until his arrest.
Does he not take notes? He just remembers all this shit in his head?
Without him 7 years ago, when their son Toshiro started at Seiryou High. Toshiro-kun ended up taking his life in his 3rd year. That's 4 years ago, if you're counting.
And the couple never reconciled, huh?
Apparently his wife wanted nothing to do with him from that point on. That's it for personal details.
All right.
As for the charge, Ehara's maintained his innocence. We've had no luck getting him to budge. Mind you, the prosecution has plenty against him. Security
Oh, okay,
cameras
never
played
mind.
eyewitness footage. Even
Thought I
fake
heard
evidence
something, but
captured on
I have the TV volume so low.
Media was plastering on TV?
Yes, although some of it was edited for privacy or length.
I guess it's just
but
the
it made
music or
clear on
something in it,
computer.
in the background.
Hard to dispute something you can see right in front of you.
True.
And what about when they handed down the verdict? Ehara flew off the handle or something?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide.
Ehara seemed convinced that Mikoshiba had bullied his son, and to get his justice, he even took Seiryō High to court. However, the court ruled against him, claiming there was no substantial evidence of bullying. I still need to dig into the court record of that case to see if there's anything of value.
Sounds like I'm on deck then. I've got someone involved in the case right in front of me.
Who?
The chairman of Seiryō High himself.
Are you talking about me?
I don't know how you pull these things off, Yagami-san. But let me give you a word of caution.
I'm listening.
Mikoshiba's murder hasn't been made public yet, so please don't go around talking about it, especially at his school. The Kanagawa police will investigate the school soon enough, and if they find out everyone already knows...
They'd show us the door, lock it behind them, then probably charge us with obstruction.
Exactly. Oh, and before I send you Mikoshiba's photo, there's one last thing you should know.
What's that?
Ehara's ruling was the day before yesterday. That means we only have 13 more days to potentially file an appeal. If we don't make our move, Ehara will walk out of court with a sex offense charge and a minor slap on the wrist. And once his case is closed, it would take a miracle to get it reopened, even if there had been a critical oversight.
Right.
I'm sorry to give you a time limit instead of a viable solution.
Don't worry. I'll have to make do. For now, let's just keep in touch.
Thanks, and good luck.
Yo, what was that about?
Sorry. Give me one more sec. Actually, Kaito-san, can I fill you in later? I need to get some answers from the chairman.
All right.
May I help you with something, Yagami-san?
You sure can. Only thing is, where to start? Remember how you told me about a student teacher went missing?
Oh,
This is him, right? Hiro Mikoshiba.
How do you have that photo? But yes, that's him.
I'd like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation.
What is it you need to know? Did something happen to him?
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. This request comes from a very close colleague. I'm sure you understand. It's a matter of detective-client privilege. I know that isn't much consolation, but if it's any comfort, I would never disclose anything about your case either.
But don't you see? Mikoshiba-kun was officially reported missing. Please, can you tell me something?
I promise. I'll tell you everything I can when I can. But for now, let me ask the questions.
Very well. Go ahead.
I'll start with the basics. Mikoshiba-kun was a graduate here, correct? And that's why he came back to train as a teacher?
That's correct.
How long was he supposed to be here?
3 weeks, originally. He'd nearly finished his time with us. But one day he simply stopped coming. It was as if all was well, then suddenly he was gone. Or at least that's how I'd heard it.
Were you two not that close?
No. We had barely exchanged a word since he arrived.
Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years back? Something about how he drove a student to suicide?
You mean what was dredged up online? Yes, I'm aware of it. However, in the subsequent lawsuit, that rumor was put to rest. The court found no evidence of bullying.
But you had your doubts, didn't you? So you called on us to take a deeper look.
Well, yes. But let's not get confused. The tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us. But we've washed our hands of the matter.
Well, you say that, yet I can't help circling back to the same question. Why would the head of a school hire detectives to monitor his students in secret, potentially even out of pocket?
Well, for one thing, it would reflect poorly on our institution were I to openly suspect our students. Then there's the issue of bullying being recorded and shared online. You know what kind of firestorm that can cause. I should mention, I'm the one who takes the fall for it. My own privacy be damned. So of course I would opt for secrecy.
That's fair. But what that still doesn't answer is why this is happening now.
I'm not sure I follow.
This one, I guess?
Could this be what riled you up?
But this is...
This is footage of Akihiro Ihara 2 months ago, captured up in Tokyo. The man was an active duty police officer, so of course it made the rounds in the media. But you already knew all that. After all, he's the one who sued your school on account of what his son endured here, bullying that led to suicide.
Well, that's undeniable.
And now that he's in the spotlight, any more problems at Serio would lead people to start connecting the dots. The police would dig up that suicide in no time, regardless of whatever the court had ruled. They might even reach the conclusion you had covered the whole thing up. I get the feeling that's why we're really here, to prevent another mess on your hands.
Oh, I see now. Our job's to sniff out any bullying. Then you sweep it under the rug.
That's simply not true. At least, that wasn't my intention.
You sure about that? The thought never even crossed your mind?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described was painfully accurate. Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with worry that it could all boil over on us here at any moment.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I only want to learn about Mikoshi.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei. She was his teaching mentor.
Her? Great. That's my luck.
See? I told you we should have stayed on her good side.
How was I supposed to know?
So, would you like me to call her back here?
No, thanks. I should go see her myself. Do a bit of smoothing over.
In that case, you may want to go...
He's not very good at that, so I don't really have any high hopes there.
I've got another chance to shoot my shot.
Sorry, Kaito-san, but I'm fielding this one alone. Tsukumo, you guys can clear out too.
What? You're benching all of us just like that?
I don't understand the meaning of this, Yagamishi.
If I had time to explain, I would. Just trust me on this for now.
Just like Kazuma. Yeah, if you're watching this, you should go back and watch Judgment. There's like 47 videos. And I've done all the Yakuza games too, like from 0 all the way to 6. And I still have a lot more that I need to play as well. I'm trying to get all of them. And there's still new ones coming out, or ported over, or being ported over, or whatever. You know, there's a ton of them that are available. But I don't just want to play the Yakuza series, you know, like... I have a main channel where I do like most of my Let's Plays and stuff like that, walkthroughs, playthroughs, whatever you want to call them.
She should be back shortly.
And this one here is for the games that are kind of abstract, not really mainstream. Popular enough, but, you know, not like levels that are, let's say for instance, Skyrim or Fallout or Call of Duty or, you know, big fucking games like that. This here is where I can play the games that not necessarily I really want to play. Everything that I record I want to play. But this channel's different. You just have to go and watch them.
Suspicious. Suspicious. Hey, suspicious. Hey.
We found it. It's the picture. And I bet the picture of that one student up underneath is the one who committed suicide.
I thought you'd have gone by now.
Yes, well, I need to ask you a couple things.
Such as?
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
But I have tons of videos on this channel. And I have well over 600 on my main channel.
I believe this was 2 months
My main channel, I've been doing Let's Plays for 12 to 13 years now.
People want to know.
Did you notice anything unusual before he disappeared? Any sign of trouble?
So a long time.
I can't say for sure. He just stopped showing up one day. Really.
I don't care if you subscribe the video or subscribe to my channel or like the video. I just want people to watch it. Because that's a lot of time that goes into this.
You know what?
The recording aspect, the editing, the rendering, the uploading, typing out everything. It's like a full-time job without it maybe like really being my job.
There were rumors online about how it could have been caused by bullying. And Mikoshiba-kun
I could never make money doing this stuff even if I wanted to.
Yes, but those were just rumors.
So he wasn't involved in any teasing?
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So, as far as I knew, Mikoshiba-kun was a good student with solid grades back then. And during his time in training, I was under the impression he got along with the students just fine.
Like there were times when, like in my early days of YouTube,
Then why would those rumors
and you
exist?
know, other sites that are similar,
You're asking the wrong person.
where I was doing like 10 videos a day. So, recording all of those, editing all those, rendering them, uploading them. And this was consistent for years.
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit?
And it was all between different channels. Like I had, at one time, I had about 7 channels.
Well,
roughly.
Sure you've seen the news.
Yes, but what of it? What exactly is the point you're trying to make here?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks his son killed himself because of Mikoshiba-kun.
Let me ask you something, Yagami-san.
And
By all means.
one of my old
What are you trying to accomplish?
dual commentary
Can you finish
channels
this whole business with
called
a
Team
jab?
Spankles.
If that wasn't enough, you got security.
It was going to make a comeback,
You clearly
but
have zero regard for anyone here. You should have had the sense to leave long before now.
life has a way of going on, and that's all I can really say about it. I'm doing my own
In
thing.
that case, you've
Shin,
already
he's
got
doing his
everything
own
you
thing.
One last question.
You know, he has a family now, so that's priority number 1, which is understandable.
Anyone in particular that he was close to?
No.
The kids in the basketball club? Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a student. Apparently, he was showing up to their
It's just the way it goes.
The basketball club. That includes the gang from before, right?
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time with him.
Had quite the archive, but none of it was saved.
All right. With that, I'll get out of your hair. Appreciate your time, Matt. Sawa-sensei.
Just a minute!
And part of the reason why none of it was ever saved was because I never had the file space to save all those videos. Like there was hundreds of gigs,
Don't be like that.
like terabytes even. worth the
You mean
worth the
did I enjoy
videos.
getting eviscerated by
Like
her?
all raw, unfiltered videos, like before the editing process and all that stuff.
Interesting intel. And that's where you come in.
Huh? What for?
I want to find those bullies in the basketball club. Think you can fly the pigeon for me?
So I do have a purpose. Ain't that something? All right then. It's drone time.
Thanks. I'll start scoping out the gymnasium.
On to the gymnasium.